Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa and in today's video we are going to be setting up my monthly goal spread for November 2023. So if that interests you, keep on watching. So in today's video on setting up my November 2023 monthly goal spread, we are going to be using 3 primary sticker books. They are going to be Happy Planner Fun Alphabets, Wrong Wrong's Amber Allure from her Fall 2023 collection, and Wrong Wrong's Autumn and Winter Box Sticker Collection sticker book. I do believe it's also from her Fall 2023 collection, but I'm not fully 100% sure, but it was released around that same time. So we're also going to be using 4 different skinny washi tapes. And so here we're going to be setting up and we're going to be using our big whiteout first and foremost. And like I always do, I'm going to be simply whiting out this black and this is completely optional, you don't need to do it, but the only reason why I personally tried to do it is because I don't want the black pulling through any of my stickers. And then I'm also going to be whiting out the monthly goals font at the top and this check it off font as well. And just like I did on the previous page, I'm also going to be whiting out this jotted down. Oh no. My whiteout just simply finished up and everything. So we're just going to keep moving forward. We're just going to peel up the rest of this, throw the big whiteout away. Okay, and so setting up, we are going to be first and foremost pulling from the Wrong Wrong Autumn and Winter sticker book. And I'm going to be pulling boxes from here for different headers to use in the 3 habits that I'm going to be tracking this month, as well as the different sections here on the page for my to-do, my section here where I also like to focus on the theme of the month, which this theme of the month was thankful for November. And that was done on my currently dashboard page. And in this section and everything, I like to either, summarize, something that I'm thankful for, or just put in some fun icons. Here in the top priorities on the second page, it's going to be 3 different priorities that I like to change up from month to month of just priorities that, I like to focus on as well for that month. The top part here is going to be a section where I'm going to be focusing on the 3 different things that I like to focus on from month to month to month, which are going to be my favorite book that I like to read of the month, YouTube stats, and also a financial goal. This bottom section is going to be what I like to refer to as like a monthly overview or summary. It's going to be where I either list out a memory or 2 or a little summary of everything that happened that month. Now we're just going to jump right into it and getting started here with setting up the left side of the page. And I'm going to be flipping through my Wrong Wrong Autumn and Winter sticker book here for different boxes that I can use as headers. And I really like these colors because they focus on more fallish or autumnal colors. And there's just so many to choose from. And I'm also going to be using some washi strips to section off the different sections on both pages as well. So I'm going to be pulling up this, first off, kind of a navy darker blue just to kind of pair off really well with the navy blue skinny washi that I've chosen to use. And then I'm just going to kind of center it by eyeballing it and then laying it down. And then I'm going to be pulling up this kind of burgundy color header. And we're going to be simply eyeballing and centering this in the different headers here for the tracker section. So here I'm going to be pulling up this brownish header and placing it here. And I'm thinking I really want to pull in maybe like a mustard yellow or like a tan kind of color to go with the different skinny washies that I'm going to be using, but also because, you know, it's a great color here in the autumn fall color sections. So I'm just going to keep flipping through, just kind of looking and seeing if I can find a skinny appointment header box like I did with the previous ones that I had laid down. And I'm not really finding one, but I'm thinking I might just kind of bite the bullet, so to speak, and come back and use the yellow, really skinny header washi box. So yeah, I keep flipping through. I'm not really finding any of the yellow kind of colored ones that I'd like to use in the skinny header appointments. But I am going to be pulling up this kind of brown, kind of slightly larger header box, and I'm going to be placing it down here in the section that I like to focus on the theme of the month, or the general kind of feel, if you will, for the month. So yeah, since I didn't really find any other headers that were about the same size and that kind of yellow, I think I'm going to go back here and then just decide to, you know, bite the bullet and just pick up that yellow one and just place it down and call it a day. I mean, there's just so many wonderful and beautiful choices here in the sticker book from Wrong to choose from, but I really have my heart set on that yellow. So yeah, I'm just gonna place this really skinny one and just call it good. Now we're gonna come over to the right side, or the second page, and I'm gonna just try to look at some boxes here to see which ones I want to pull in for this monthly overview or summary section of my monthly goal spread. But first off, I really came across this other header box, and I'm going to go place this down for top priorities number 2. And I'm going to pull up this reddish burgundy one and place it for top priorities number 3. And then once again, I'm going to come back to like this brownish one and place that down for top priorities number 1. So now you'll see we have our header boxes spread out on both of the pages, and now we're going to bring in the skinny washi tape just to kind of use it as kind of a way to section off the different sections on each page, but also just to kind of bring in a little bit of those fall autumnal colors to also really separate but also zhuzh up the spread as well. I like to do this because it just kind of is a really nice way of utilizing skinny washi tape in such a functional way. And it also is a way to kind of show you guys that if you have skinny washi tape in your set, this is maybe a way that you could also use it up as well in your spreads. So I'm going to come over to the first page, and I'm going to be also using my Luxe washi cutter from Live Love Posh. I'm going to turn the page here, and I'm going to focus this yellow skinny washi tape, and I'm going to use it as kind of like a border or separation between the grayed out area for the tracker section and then the white page sections for the check it off and the themed section as well. So with holding down the skinny washi at the top of the page, I'm going to be running it down the page as I go. And with skinny washi, because it is skinny, it's easy to like jump and move around. So a tip that I also like to give is to first hold it down, lay it down, and then smooth over to the part that you laid down, and then lay down the rest. And then once that's laid down, smooth it over with your index finger, and then with your washi cutter, just bringing it towards the edge, and then simply ripping your washi really nice and simply and cleanly. And now you can see that that yellow with the gold foil really makes it pop, but also sectioning off that area in a very functional manner. Now I'm going to be using the skinny yellow washi also on the second page as a divider for the monthly overview section. But first, I'm going to go back to Wrong, her autumn winter collection book. And I'm going to be pulling in that big box that I kind of had my eye on for the section. And so we're going to be simply just pulling up this tannish brown colored box, because I'm going to be using this as like a very large header box, if you will. So with lining it up here with the very bottom of that dot grid section, we're going to be laying it down with the corner and then sizing it up with the lines and then just simply smoothing it out. Now we're going to bring in the yellow skinny washi tape, and we're going to line it up here right up against the edge of that box and along that black line, and we're going to take it to the edge of the page, smoothing it out, and then using our washi cutter to simply cleanly rip it off. Now I'm going to do the same thing, but using the skinny washi along the vertical right below that box, holding it in place with my index finger, taking it down to the very edge of the bottom of the page, smoothing it down, and then ripping it off. Now you can see that the skinny yellow really separated this section as well, very cleanly, nicely. So now we're going to come back to the first page, and with our skinny washies, I think I'm going to pull in from this burgundy, and we're going to take it and use it from the side of the blue box to the very edge of the page. And if you're like me and you have a little bit of trouble finding the skinny washi start, simply roll your hand along it while you're slowly turning it, and then not only will you see the start of the washi, but you can also feel where the seam is. And just take your time, because sometimes with a skinny washi it is hard to see or find that start. Okay, now that we have our start, we're going to simply line it up like I said, along the edge of that blue box, along that black line, take it right to the edge of the page, into the spine, and this way it doesn't cut off that disc bound punch for our disc. Now I'm going to do the same thing, bringing in the navy blue with gold or copper foil, and once again just finding the start of it, and we're going to line it up in a slightly different position here to that box, holding it down with our index finger, and then again taking it to the very edge of that page, smoothing it down afterwards. And then with a nice clean rip, we're all good. Now we're going to come to the second page, and we're going to focus on the top priority section with the skinny washi tape. So again, I'm going to be keeping that navy blue colored skinny washi, and now we're going to simply outline the border for top priority box number 1. Now this is completely optional. Like I said, this is just a nice way that I like to kind of zhuzh up my top priority section of my monthly goal spread. But again, like I said earlier, it's also a way to show you guys on how you can utilize more of your planner supplies that are in your supplies. So if you have like a bunch or even if just a few skinny washi tapes and you're like, I never use this for anything, what am I going to possibly use this for, if anything? Well, here you go. This is a nice, clean, easy way to simply just revitalize your planner spreads, keeping in mind very functional manner in which you can use the skinny washi to, keep track of different things for like goals, goal setting. You can also have like different sections if you have like maybe a daily journal to where you could section off like different sections to where you're keeping in mind of maybe like a kind of like a diary of a daily journal versus different sections on where you want to maybe keep track of like different stats, maybe on your health and wellness journey kind of thing. So it's just a kind of easy way just to visually show how you can utilize skinny washi tape in a number of different spreads or planner pages. And this is just where I like to mainly use my skinny washi, is using it as separation of different sections in a variety of my different planner pages. So now we're going to come in with this brownish tan colored one. And once again, just slowly rolling it, feeling with our index finger as we turn, finding that start. And now we're going to use this as an outline for our top priority box number 2 section. And just like I said before, especially in like areas like this where you're not laying down like a whole lot of skinny washi all at once, but maybe smaller sections, it's very easy for the skinny washi to jump around because it's very malleable compared to like thicker washi tape strips. So what I advise is always to hold it down with your index finger, roll out to the length of what you want your washi tape to go to, smooth it down afterwards with your index finger, and then with your washi cutter coming in and cleanly ripping it off so you have a nice clean edge. Because let me tell you, that skinny washi, it will jump around on you. So that's just a little tip that I like to share with you guys. And as you can see the different sections really coming together, really coming to life with the vibrant, beautiful autumnal colors that we chose. And now we're just going to finish off this top priority section here with outlining top priority box number 3 with more of that burgundy reddish kind of color. Okay, now we are done with our skinny washies, and you can see how both pages, just by using skinny washi tape and a few boxes, really makes and changes the monthly goal spread really nicely, keeping it very functional. But now we get to do the fun part of bringing in the boxes for decoration. I'm so excited. So in this top section here, we're going to be focusing on the 3 things that I like to focus on from month to month to month, which again is going to be a financial goal. It's going to be the best book that I've read out of all the books that I've read throughout the month of November. And then it's also going to be where I keep track of my YouTube stats of just a few things that I like to keep track from month to month. So before we put the decoration pieces in, we're going to pull from Wrong Autumn and Winter sticker book again. We're going to be focusing on 3 different boxes that I want to represent those 3 different goals that we're going to keep track of, like I said. So I really like this lined box to use preferably for my best book of the month or favorite book of the month that I've read. So with that in mind, we're going to come over here to this dot grid section. We're going to line up the corner with the top dot here of that dot grid, and then we're just going to smoothly lay it down. Next, I really like to use like a tan box, but we've also used it down here in the monthly overview section. So I think I'm just going to kind of look through here, see what other colors of the medium-sized box really kind of appeals to me for using as like a tracker or a box to focus on the financial goal of the month. And I mean, look at just all the beautiful colors here in this book, just beautiful. So yeah, I think I'm going to pull up this kind of darker green, olive-y kind of color. And we're going to kind of just turn this on its side and using it as a diamond shape. And we're going to just simply lay it down right here. And then smoothing it down on the page. And then last, I'm going to flip back through looking for a good size box to keep track of like the 4 things that I want to keep track of for my YouTube stats. Preferably a box that gives me enough space to lay down maybe some checkoff circles if I have those available somewhere. So yeah, I'm gonna come through here with this purple colored box, and then we're going to place it right up here, just kind of adjacent to the financial one, and then laying it down smoothly. So now we're going to put that book to the side, and now we're going to focus on the fun part. We're going to be bringing in our fun alphabets from the Happy Planner. And with this book, I wanted to focus on the really pretty orangey / coppery kind of foil lettering. And I wanted to focus on this side of the page here with simply spelling out the word goals. So we're going to see we have GOALS on the page. And so for this upper part corner, we're going to be pulling up goals. Before we do that, I think I'm going to be spelling it backwards. Yeah, I'm going to be spelling it backwards, starting with the S. And the reason why I'm going to be doing this is so I know that I'm having enough space, so I'm not going over the edge of the page by starting off with the G. So we're going to place the S down first and then simply spell out goals backwards. Now by spelling the word goals backwards, you can see that at the top of the page, we have goals that's spelled out really nicely without going over the edge of the page. And look how nice and clean and neat that looks. Very nice. And it's always nice to use the tweezers for a little bit more controlled placement of the lettering as well that I find works out really well. So for this monthly overview / summary section, I think I'm going to spell out the word overview, but I just want to make sure that I have enough letters to spell out overview. So we have O, B, E, R, V, I, E, and W. Okay, we have the lettering, so we're good. So I'm just going to start off here by lifting up the O. And then again, like I said, the tweezers, using it to start pulling out the clear back stickers really helps out as well. So I'm going to place the O here. And I should be good with spelling it across that way. So we're just going to lay down the O here. And then we're going to pick up the V. But before I do that, actually I'm going to start by taking this sticker here. I'm going to pull up the O. And using my ruler, I'm going to take the O and I'm going to lay it on the very edge of the ruler. And this is a way that you can lay out your lettering for different spreads, so you can see the placement on the page before you actually place down the stickers, and you're not able to move them around or anything. So this is just a really convenient, nice tip and trick that I like to use and show you guys. So here we're just going to pick up the letters and then just lay them down on the ruler along the edge. Now that you have the word overview spelled out and placed along the edge, you can move the ruler around cleanly and easily to where you can place your lettering down. So now I'm going to remove the letters from the ruler, placing them down cleanly onto the page. And oh gosh, I'm noticing that I'm doing the thing that I do where I tend to squish them together. So I'm going to simply pull them up, removing them, and then using the clear edged sticker as a guide, I'm going to use that as the divider between my lettering as I relay them down. And so now in this way, by doing that, the word overview stretches cleanly and clearly across the box. Now it's not absolutely perfect because I made a mistake in the very beginning of laying them down, but using the ruler with your lettering in particular is just a nice little tip that I can show you guys, to where you can, before you actually lay down your lettering, you can place that along the very edge of the ruler, move the ruler around for the placement where you want, and then simply remove them with your tweezers and laying them down on your planner page. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the first page over here, spelling out the word thankful for my theme of the month, or kind of feeling of the month section. But I might not leave it in that section. I think I might actually move it towards the top of the page instead, because I think it'll look really nicely at the top of the page versus at the bottom. And then I want to use something different in the bottom section. So now that I have the word thankful spread out, again, like I said, you can see how I'm like, no, I don't like how that looks there. So I'm going to really take it up towards the top and then lay it down there. I think it looks really, really nice in this section. So by moving my page over, keeping the lettering on the edge of the ruler, I can bring in my tweezers, lifting the lettering up, just laying the ruler down where it's at a slight edge on something to where the stickers are not, sticking to the page. So by this, I'm using the Fun Alphabets Happy Planner sticker book as that leverage for holding the ruler in an upright position off of the page, so then I can quickly and easily come back to it with my tweezers, lifting up the lettering and then placing it down nice and controlled using my tweezers on the page. And now you can see how nicely the thankful looks here at the top part of that page. And then looking at the pages together, I just really, really like how it turned out with the lettering in the different sections. So now that we're done with our fun alphabets, now we're going to be pulling in the fun decorative pieces here from Wrong Wrong's Amber Allure sticker book. And I just really love this book that she came up with. I love the colors and the coziness of the different fall. So we're going to first dive in here to the second page, pulling up and utilizing different pictures and decoration icons that just really truly represent fall to me. Give me that, you know, those cozy fall vibes. So here I'm really going to focus on this cute picture here of this girl with the mittens holding her purse with this fallish plaid boots, or I'm sorry, skirt and boots. And I really think it's really, really pretty. So we're going to come down here to the bottom of the overview section. I'm going to turn the page and then lay it down underneath the box. No, I'm not really feeling it there in that placement. So I'm going to turn the page again, and now we're focusing on the bottom corner of the page. We're going to line up the corner of that sticker and along the very edge bottom of that page, laying it down and then smoothing it down onto the page fully. And yeah, that really, really looks great, because then it also gives me two different sections here to write in a memory or an overview or summary of the month. So there you have it. Now I'm going to come back to this lettering pages here with like the different sayings and words that represent fall, but yeah, I really love that page in particular. So here's the page I'm talking about in particular of those fall icons. I mean, look at these beautiful stickers here from Wrong Wrong. I mean, they're just absolutely stunning. Just, you have your pumpkin spice, you have your pumpkin pie, you have your scarves, your sweater outfits, candle, book. I mean, it's just so beautiful. And oh, I love how this says, if a year was tucked inside of a clock, autumn would be the magic hour. I mean, that is just perfect and sums up autumn to me in this favorite season of mine. So we're just going to pull it up here with our tweezers. And then I'm just going to lay it right down here in this section. And then smoothing it out onto the page. And yes, look at that, just stunning. Love it. Okay, now I'm just kind of looking through, seeing what other fall icon I want to use, and oh, I'm just really loving this flora, fauna kind of thing. So, and if you know me, and my returners and subscribers know, I love me some good florals. So here with the cozy flora fauna vibe, with the autumnal colors, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to flip my page around, and then focusing on the upper edge of the page, using my two fingers, I'm going to kind of eyeball it for the placement, and first and foremost where I want to lay it down. And then I'm going to line up as best as I can the edge of the clear back sticker here with the top edge right next to that goals, slightly overlapping the G, taking it along the edge of the page, and then smoothing it down. And oh, look how just beautiful that is. I really love how that looks, and especially when like pieces of the leaves and everything kind of intertwine or kind of, you know, cover up or go over the edges of the boxes just a little bit. Oh, I just love that. Looks so stunning. Now again, I'm going to come over with my tweezers, and I'm going to lift up the other straight edge here of more of that flora and fauna. And this time we're going to focus along the spine. Now just using my two fingers just to kind of see the pre-placement before I lay it down. I'm just kind of gauging where and how I want to lay it down, but also, more importantly, where to cut it just by eyeballing it so it doesn't interfere with my top priority section. So by holding it in this way, I'm going to bring my scissors over and I'm going to just simply snip it right here. So we're going to have two pieces, one that's kind of 2/3 the size of this flora fauna sticker and the other that's 1/3. And so I'm just going to lay the third piece on the back of my hand right here for now. And then with my 2 fingers, I'm going to take this other part and we're going to kind of line it up just before the top priority section along the spine. So placing it in the corner, lining it up with the top priorities, and then taking it along the spine as best we can. Now it's okay, just take your time and everything, especially because the spine part, it has like the different sections that can lift up. So just take your time. If you want to remove some of the stickiness of stickers, you can also place it down and pick it up, you know, over and over, removing some of the stickiness by placing it over and over on the back of your hand. And this way, it kind of destikifies it a little bit, just enough to where it's more easily to place it down on your page that way, instead of it constantly sticking to your fingers or what have you. And now with the remaining piece, you can either come over here and bring it to the second part or the opposite edge of your page. You could place it here, you could place it there, but I like it right underneath here under goals. So I'm just going to line it up with goals and with the edge and then just lay it down. And I like how that droops over that box for the YouTube stats. It's really, really nice. Now, because I am basic and I love anything pumpkin spice, especially this time of the season, I'm going to pick up this pumpkin spice mug and we're going to place it right up here. So of course we're going to have some of these fall icons represented in our goal spread. So that's what we're going to do here. And then, oh, I love this candle, so we're going to pick that up. And then I'm just going to simply lay it down right here, using our fingers as a guide. And I'm really liking that book with the candle and pumpkin. But I'm like, I'm just not sure what else I want to use. And oh, look at these beautiful leaves. So of course we're going to bring this one in, and its friend too. And we're going to place them on here to where some of the edge of the leaves is just kind of overlapping with the edges of the boxes. And then placing the little leaf friend next to the other one. And before I lay down any other fall icons, I'm going to come back into Wrong Wrong's Autumn and Winter and just simply focusing on the skinny headers. I'm going to be pulling in a couple of them. So these are going to be the header boxes that I'm going to use for titling 2 of my boxes on my monthly goal section. So for this one, I'm going to use for marking down or denoting that this is for my finance goal. And then I'm going to use this other skinny washi header, and we're going to place it down here to utilize as the title for my YouTube stats. And then the best book of the month, it's enough space there so I don't feel like I need to have a header one as well. So we're going to place that to the side. And now diving back into Amber Allure sticker book from Wrong Wrong, we're going to refocus back on those fall icon stickers and then finish decorating the section. And as you can see, there are just so many beautiful stickers in this book. It's just stunning. I highly recommend anyone putting this on their planner wish list. So here with these cozy socks, because they just represent everything cozy in the colder months, we're going to lift that one up here. And we're going to lay it down to where it kind of overlaps also with the bottom box for a monthly overview. And I really like that. It kind of ties in the sections while also keeping them quite separate at the same time. And I want to bring in some more of those fall leaf. And these are just so beautiful. And so as you can see, with using your tweezers for especially your clear back stickers, you can manipulate and turn it around in different ways, kind of viewing it before you want to place it on your page. So it really, really works out really nicely using tweezers, I have to say. I remember when I first got into planners, decorating them anyways, like a few years back and everything, I was just like, I don't want to use tweezers. I don't want to use tweezers. And then once I just randomly started using them one day, I was like, oh, this is so much nicer and easier to do. So yeah, I don't like to use them all the time, but there is a really good place and time for everything, as they say. So this is just some of those times that I just find it easier to do it like that. And I thought I had a picture here or a sticker of like a planner book. But maybe I'm mistaken and I'm remembering something else. So yeah, I'm not sure. I thought it was in this book. So I just want a little bit more of that flora and fauna kind of feel. So I'm going to be pulling up this one with like a little bit of butterflies here with my tweezers. And we're just going to kind of focus on the upper part of that spine. And then with our fingers, we're just going to lay it down, eyeballing it as we will, where we want to place it. And then smoothing it down. And then of course we have excess hanging over, so we're going to bring in our tried and true scissors, trimming off the edges of where that excess clearback sticker kind of runs over the edge, and then just trimming it off really easily. And then you have like that last portion of the sticker that you can place somewhere on the page if you want. I'm not really feeling it anywhere. So yeah, I'm not really liking it that way or there. So I'm just going to put it off to the side. Or no, I like it down here in this section, so I'm going to lay it down here. Yeah, just adds a little something down here. Now we're going to bring in our WR disc puncher, and with it we're going to use it for lining up and punching out along the spine for where the stickers were covering up the hole punches. And so if you are a disc punch planner, this is a fantastic tool that I highly recommend. And anything like I say in my videos that I like talk about or showcase or anything like that, sticker books, tools, anything like that, they are going to be listed down in the description box for you below. So that is always a great resource for you to check out first and foremost. And if there is a question you have to where something I did not address in my either my description box or in my video, please feel free to comment down below and everything. I am pretty quick about getting back to you guys and everything. So, and plus I love to hear from you guys. Like, what are you guys thinking? What are your favorite things that are coming up here for November? Are you starting to work on Christmas shopping as of yet? I know it's early, but you know, some people start really, really early. So, you know, what's going on with you guys? So now we're going to come over here to our first page since we have our second page pretty well and done in hand. And so now we're going to flip back through to those fall icon stickers. But before, I think I had my eye on a couple of these Polaroid looking stickers here. I just really like how Wrong does these Polaroid type looking stickers, and they're just really, really pretty and well done. So I'm going to pull up this one where it looks like a girl is riding her bike among the fall weather with the leaves running around and everything. And so we're going to line it up with the edge of the top page and along the yellow washi tape that we had laid down. And then we're just going to trim off the very little edge there of that sticker that's hanging over, and any part of the clearback thankful stickers as well. Now we're just going to flip back through here, and oh, look at this stunning sticker of this girl. Looks like a photo. I just love it, you know, she's just so beautiful among all the fall leaves and everything, and it just summarizes it really nicely. And it's really nice large size, so I like that. So we're going to turn the page here. I'm focusing the corner of the sticker. We're also going to be lining it up here with the corner of the page at the bottom, and then along the bottom edge. And then we're just simply going to smooth it down onto the page in place. And look at that, just stunning. And oh, I just noticed that Wrong, her Amber Allure books has these little dot stickers. So I'm going to bring in the second page here, and I'm just going to simply lift up a few of these little round circle check it off stickers, and we're going to lay them in the box that I like to use for my YouTube stats. So we're just going to lay down about 3 or 4 of them here, and I'm so glad I came across them because I thought maybe I was going to come across them in the Wrong autumn and winter box, but those were more like checklists, and it just they weren't really going to fit in that box the way that I wanted to utilize it. So I'm so glad that I came across them in this other sticker book from Wrong. So there we go. We laid those down and using them as bullet points. So we're just going to set that aside, and then we're going to continue on with putting in the decorative touches here on our first page for our monthly spread for our goals. And I really like this kind of like post-it, you know, little note with the pumpkin and the flowers. So we're going to come over here, and I want to place it just kind of like where it's predominantly in the check it off or to do section, and then just kind of lay it down there. And oh, I love how that looks. So cute, because it reminds me of like a to-do list, you know, so that's why I was thinking of laying it down there in my to-do little section here. And then again with our WR disc punch, we're going to punch it out. So you can see that we have our punched out hole there. So when we put it back in our Frankenplanner, it will go back in without any issues. And now, like I said, coming back to this page of the different sayings and words and everything that kind of just embrace and describe autumn, I'm just going to pick up a few here and place them on the page. And of course, read your favorite book. Yes, I love nothing better than a cozy cup of like hot cocoa or coffee or something like that. Just something cozy and warm, and then tucking in with a nice book, or 2 or 3 or 4. And then I want to pick up this word gratitude. I think that's absolutely perfect. And it goes really well with the thankful theme that we have. So because this lettering is much smaller for this box, and I like the way it looks. It stays on point with the theme, and so we're going to lay it down here for that little themed area section. And then lastly, I want to pick up Embrace Change. And I know it's hard to do for a lot of people, and myself included, but it's a really nice reminder to myself to embrace the change, because as we know, life is always evolving and changing and everything like that. So rather than fighting against it, it's better to like embrace it and then roll with the punches, so to speak. So yeah. And I'm just gonna leave it there with the little sayings that I'm gonna pull from that page, and then just dive back into more of the icon stickers. Okay, and I think I'm going to take this pumpkin pie slice, and I think I'm going to lay it down here towards the bottom. We're just going to lay it down just like that. I think that looks so cute. And then I'm going to also lift up this kind of leaf branch sticker here. It's really cool. And I'm going to position it to where I'm going to lay it just like that, smoothing it in place. And I'm going to pull up this leaf because it goes in with like those kind of flora and fauna stickers that we placed on in different areas on our second page. So again, I like to kind of just tie in sometimes, you know, colors from one page to the next, just to kind of, you know, for you a little bit of uniformity. And then I'm also going to pick up this leaf here. I'm going to lay that one right there. And then bringing in our hole punch again. I'm going to punch out where that sticker covers up that hole punch. And that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave this page. So let's go ahead and pop these pages into our Frankenplanner. All right, so let's pop this in. And flip that page over, and then looky. Look at our gorgeous monthly goals setup pages. Absolutely love how these turned out. I love the fall vibes. I love like the flora and fauna touches here and there, you know, that we have pulled in. Little icons for, you know, Thanksgiving or November, anytime that kind of make us think of, you know, like fall coziness and everything, you know, sweaters and socks and mittens. Just, oh, I love how this turned out. So here, just as a quick overview, we have our 3 different sections here to track our habits. I like to focus on my medication, journaling, and meditation. And then this is the area here where we have our to-do or check it off list. Here I could put in like maybe like a little quote there if I'd like, or I could leave it blank, but whatever. Here we're focusing on more of like the theme of the month, which is the word thankful or gratitude. So this is where I can put like maybe a little something that I'm really grateful or thankful for. Over here on our second page, we have our 3 different areas where I like to focus on, you know, tracking from month to month, which are my YouTube stats, the best book that I read this month, and a financial goal. And then here are 3 priorities. They kind of alter from month to month of things that I just want to prioritize for this month. And then here is our monthly overview section. I can either write down like 1 or 2 memories if I wanted to, or a summary of how this month went overall for something maybe personal, or, you know, like maybe if it was a big accomplishment at work or something, I can write it down here. Or I could pick one picture from this month that really summarizes the overview of this entire month from like my camera, and then I can print it off using my HP Sprocket and then place that photo here. So a lot of different versatility options here for my monthly goal pages, and I just absolutely love how it turned out. So I hope you like this video, and if you found it helpful and everything like that, be sure to click the like button before you leave. Consider subscribing to the channel if you have not. It is completely 100% free. Remember to turn that bell notification on, that way you're notified of all my future and upcoming videos. And with that being said, my friends, I hope you are doing well wherever you are in the world, and that you find some wonderful things to be thankful for this month, especially for November, since it is Thanksgiving here in the US later this month. And so with that, and keeping in mind, please take care of yourselves, be kind, spread some love, and as always, I'll catch you guys in my next one.